I mean, it's unbelievable how they have these illegal war rifles, these military rifles. Like this Mr. Potato Head out in Edmonton, he's not anybody. He's a complete nobody. I mean, I've never even heard of the guy. He's not even, you can't even Google search his name. He's never had a job. He just sits out in Edmonton and robs people and kills people. He doesn't have one thing he's ever did in this world. I mean, name it. What was your last job? You didn't have a job. You never did. He never worked. And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for people to work jobs. We have all these empty and abandoned locations. But you know what happened is we're filled with a bunch of dumbass idiots that are trying to run our system, that we're going to beat them anyway because they're just dumbass idiots. I mean, listen, this guy's got a rifle. He shouldn't have one. The whole system needs adjusted. Or they should just make it outright illegal for everybody to own any guns and all that, and appoint me as head chancellor or chandler or whatever the fuck, and I'll just have all the guns, and then you won't have any guns. And that's a good idea, because I think I would be a really good leader for Canada. And then anybody else other than me or the police or the prime minister that have guns, they go to jail or we shoot them to death. And we just get rid of it. And then I'm just sitting in my house and I can make announcements like, we killed another scumbag piece of shit that fucking infiltrated Canada. And then after we kill all those scumbags and shit, then we might be able to sell the guns in Walmart and all that for our, like, you know what I mean? That's what I'm going for, head chancellor or whatever. I'm not the prime minister. The prime minister is sort of like this guy. He sits down with folks to talk about Canadian relations or Canadian interests or deals and all that. Whereas I'm more of a person that's looking out for Canada's interests and deals and all that. Whereas the prime minister is more of this, he's kind of like a prime rib steak to the other countries. It's like, let's sit down with the prime minister, you know? But that's not what Canada is. It's not just, yeah, we can go to the keg and we have a wonderful prime rib steak that you can purchase. And then if you can afford it, it doesn't even feel like you're making the purchase. It's just such an enjoyable experience. You have family, friends there. The staff over at the keg's great. But if you're a real Canadian, you know that every day in Canada isn't a keg day. Maybe it is for some people. But in my opinion, if it's too much of the keg for you, you shouldn't even be in Canada. Go to Dubai or something. Because the majority of Canadians, I haven't been to the keg in almost 15 years. And that's what it comes down to, is the majority of our Canadians. And I don't think a lot of those ones that are accidentally in power, that are criminally insane or criminally in power, that have stolen Canada from people, they don't realize that we vote people in power. It's actually the majority's country, and we appoint our leaders. So if our leaders go against us, then we can get rid of them and change it to what it's supposed to be. Like, when's the last time you and your family sat down at the keg and had a nice dinner? But the prime minister goes to the keg every day where it's not even nothing to him. Go ask him about the keg. I don't think he'd even have a good word to say about it. And these are the people that we have in power here in Canada. And same with our police and all them. It's like, why do we feel like we're scared of the police and all that? Why do they feel like they can spit on us? Because we accidentally voted them into power. We have to change it, everyone, with our actions. Start voting against what they're saying. Start voting for it. Make it powerful. Start just going against them. Buy a gun and but don't do anything bad with it. but follow the law. So if you believe the law should be that we should have